God has a really important message for you. And please excuse me. My voice is going in and out. Um, and as I was sitting here eating my lunch, I just kept hearing, my life changes overnight because God creates miracles. And it was repeating itself. My life changes overnight because God creates miracles. I choose to believe that my life changes overnight because God creates me miracles. And it started to really feel like you have been asking for change. And just like that, you started to see things in your life shift faster than you thought they would come. Whether it was a tower moment or things began to leave your life and new things started to come in, whether they were a soul tribe or a coach, or maybe you moved or you felt the urge to move. And God was saying that even though you thought they weren't listening, they were. And there were days that sometimes it got really hard. And sometimes you wondered if you were ever going to make it out of the pit, is what I was hearing. Am I ever going to make it out of the pit? So maybe, you know, your religion is really important to you, or your culture is really important to you. Or maybe you're someone who considers yourself a prayer warrior in that sense. And it was like Spirit stepped in so quickly that it kind of took you by surprise, because it also feels like maybe you weren't the type to lean into prayer or lean into the universe or cosmos, whatever, you believe in, but you did this time, because it was almost like, I'm ready for change, but I don't know how to bring it into my life in a way that is completely miraculous. Like, you were looking for something different. You were looking to fulfill what was calling to your soul and your heart, not necessarily what everybody else wanted around you, because you learned that Spirit was giving you visions about a future that only they could create, or that only was meant for you. And you started to wonder, where did these visions come from? And maybe if you knew a little bit, right? Like, I'm getting, for some of you, maybe you knew it was coming from the universe or God, from Spirit, but then some of you were like, I've never had visions before. There's lots of beetles on the ground. I've never had visions before, and now I do, and I don't know what to do. And Spirit is saying that you leaned in even when you didn't have to, and now you are being rewarded for that. You are being given everything that you've ever wanted. And Spirit wants you to not try and force it to come in a certain way, and try not to overthink everything. Just go. If it lights your soul on fire, if it makes you feel really good, like I literally see someone doing the jig, like in their kitchen, like if it makes you move your body and laugh and go back to a place of excitement where you actually feel like talking about it. Because I'm getting that for many of you, you separated yourself from a lot of your friends and from your family because you were soul searching. You were looking for what your purpose was, what you were meant to do here. And you found it. And when you found it, um you also found options for yourself. Like, I keep seeing, like, is it the 7 of Cups, I believe, in tarot, where you have all these options. So the universe, Spirit, and your ancestors came with more than one cup for you, and you realized, wow, like, I can really have whatever life that I'm wanting for myself. I don't just have to pick one lane. And it feels like maybe you are starting to lean into a lane or two. Like, it feels like maybe in the beginning you felt a little lost, you felt a little overwhelmed, you felt a little like, how in the world am I supposed to do all these things? Like, can I actually do all these things? Where do I begin, right? Excuse me. And you were just exploring and having fun, and then it started to feel a little overwhelming. And then you started to experience like more tower moments of lessons you needed to learn about yourself and how you show up in the world and how you navigate the relationships around you. There's a beetle trying to eat my blueberry. um, and it feels like you were being specifically prepared for this moment and for these next couple of months coming up, which are going to be faster energy, right? As I've mentioned in other readings, May is still you planting the seeds, but still reaping the benefits of your seed planting like 9 months ago. That's what I'm getting. Maybe some of you are having a baby, but it feels like that. I see like 9 months and they're counting. So it's like you've been in this phase of allowing all these things to grow and you to explore and listen to your soul, and you're allowing spirit to just come in and work magic into your life in ways that you've never seen before, in ways that you couldn't really explain to anybody else because those gifts were uniquely designed for you. And so even if you tried to replicate it for someone else or talk about how you got there, spirit is always unique to that person and everybody's journey is different. While you can help someone connect to that energy, you cannot make them walk their own path. So it's almost like you were learning these huge life lessons in this short amount of time. Not like the 9 months, but like maybe 3 months. In the last 3 months, you've been learning a lot. Um, like how deeply you love yourself and how deeply maybe you didn't love yourself, or you thought you loved yourself and you actually didn't, or you were still giving too much to other people and you weren't believing in your power and your capacity to create the life that you were wanting, or your capacity to heal the world in the way that you were wanting as a light worker and as an angel, right? And it's like you're like the energy is you are now giving yourself permission to shine as brightly as you've always wanted to shine. And I'm feeling like some days you're laughing really hard and some days you're crying and releasing, and God wants you to be okay with that because it's it's still a part of the journey to release, to cry, to feel your emotions, to give yourself the grace to exist in whatever way you choose to exist. And that was also something that you learned, is that you thought maybe leaning into spirit and the universe and your ancestors meant that you had to fit into the box that they had created for you. But really, it was a co creation between you, your ancestors, the universe, and your guides to create. I'm getting a house. Maybe some of you are moving to create the house that you want, designed by you, supported by ancestors and God, universe, cosmos, by deities. That's what you were creating. And so the lesson in that was really that you were still giving away your power when it wasn't being asked of you. And so as you go forward on your journey, spirit wants to ensure that you understand that you can take the reins of your life and create whatever it is that you are wanting to create, and that you are in the driver's seat. And maybe some of you are also getting cars, right? Maybe you're moving, maybe someone's going to give you some gifts, maybe you're going to just plop into a car. I'm also going to make some videos about how to manifest a car and a house. I've done it before multiple times and I didn't realize I was doing it for the longest time. So I'm going to give you I'm going to give you my secrets for that, especially if you are a part of the memberships group. I do very specific magic and things in there for people to practice. So I'll be sharing my own secrets to how I manifest things, and they're usually quite dorky and simple in how they work. But it's important that you find something that matches your energy. And so that's also a reminder from spirit of like, as you continue to manifest this dream life, because I'm getting for a lot of you, you're wanting to manifest a family or a partner, and it's almost like they're like half a step in front of you. That's what it feels like. Or for some of you that are already in partnership or and like going to get married, it's like right around the corner. Like that's what it feels like. But with that partner, it feels like they're like literally you're half a step in front of you. And it's almost like you're walking towards each other and you're gonna meet, whether it's an actual like bump in, but it's like your energies are so close that it's a matter of minutes. It's a matter of maybe even days. Like some of you, it's very close, like very within minutes. um, but to also surrender to that timeline from the divine, and that everything happens as it should happen and everything happens for a reason. And while it's been challenging for you to go through this journey alone, right? Because in the beginning, I hear a lot of you saying, like, I feel so alone. I'm alone. But you were never alone. You were maybe physically alone, but then you also likely had animals, some of you. um, and you had spirit and you had your ancestors and your guides. So you were never truly alone, but you didn't have that physical representation of someone, which was why spirit wanted you, and you learned that spirit wanted you to go outside so you can receive the messages through many people. Um, and the irony of that is that we were just talking about that at a gathering that we were in, and how much spirit will deliver messages through other people. And so now that you feel safe enough to go outside, this is when your journey begins. This is when you start taking those extra leaps and bounds and you start making those decisions to be in the spotlight. And I kept hearing before this, like you reckless, like this is when you recklessly run through the grass barefoot and maybe step on a thorn, right? Like it's and maybe for some of you, like you love being outside, you love putting your feet in the mud. Maybe it's rainy where you are, and spirit wants you to just like, it's still the rewilding energy is here. Spirit just wants you to run wild with like everything, everything. Like allow your love to like run wild. Allow your inspiration to run wild. Like allow yourself to write, allow yourself to paint, allow yourself to dance, allow yourself to move, allow yourself to go walk down that runway, even though you've never been on a runway before. Like it's very like run wild, right? Like, and obviously, if you're not able to run, like, it's also an energetic thing. Like, allow yourself to break free of the chains and the limitations that you had on yourself for so long. And honestly, the energy feels like you've already broken free of it, but there's a hesitation to want to believe that they are still there, right? Like, sometimes when you wear something for so long, it leaves an indentation. It leaves an indentation, and spirit saying it's an indentation. It's not real. It's not real. Um, and when you believe that you are free, then you will be free. You've always been free, and you were learning that as you were going along. And I was listening to one of my coaches, and they were talking about how right now is a really good season of love since the planets have shifted, and now is the perfect time for you to go on dates, to have fun, to propose, to talk to someone new, to take a freaking risk. Like, that's what I'm hearing. Like, I feel like your ancestors are like, can you please go outside and take a risk on something? Like, you've been playing it safe inside, and that's all well and good. Like, your spirituality has been growing, it's been settling, you've been very consistent, you've been open, you've been healing, like a I don't even know what. Like your ancestors are like, child, please go outside. Like that's what it feels like. Like please go enjoy yourself and have fun, because you are meant to be a light for the world, for people around you, for your family, for new friends. And the more you shine your light, the more they're going to see you, like so, so, so much. And, I'll, like, even for myself, my friend and I were talking about, and maybe this is for you if you've had any church hurt in your story or religious hurt, right? And how you were raised. I, this was really funny. Universe is weird. So I had in the past was like, my friend was like, put yourself on a dating app. I was like, I don't like them. So then I did, right? I was like, okay, I'm open to the universe, blah, blah, blah. And then, like, maybe a week later or 2 weeks later, I deleted it. Like, that's what I did because I didn't like them. My friend was like, oh, how's it going? And I was like, great. But I had deleted it. And in that time, someone I knew had taken a screenshot of my photo and came to me this week and was like, hey, just so you know, I saw this. And I was like, what in the world? I had it for like 2 weeks. How did you even see that? And they were like, I really liked the person who was on here. Like, and I had realized that as I was going into the community gatherings, I was like really being conservative because of my church hurt from Catholicism. And they were like, you should just be like this over there. And we had a whole conversation about it, and it was really funny, and it was very eye opening. And so this is also your reminder to like show up as yourself in all of the spaces, all of them. It doesn't matter what happens, right? Like, spirit and your ancestors love you regardless. And so allow yourself to paint a new path for yourself in terms of like how you want to interact with your culture. Or like, I'm getting like, maybe you're learning about your culture, and maybe you're learning about old practices, traditional practices, or maybe you're learning about orishas, or the church, or whether you don't want to be in the church, or like you want to be in the church but just not that church. Like, whatever it is, like, allow yourself to explore in a way that you haven't been able to do before, because you're being protected and you are so loved. And I feel that energy, and it feels like so warm, so giving, so like bubbly. And it's like you want to be that bright light, but you're hesitating. So don't hesitate, because the right people are always going to find you during the right moment. And if you're an artist, you need to be outside. Like, if you are someone who wants to be in the music industry, who wants to be like a painter or an actor, like whatever it is, there's a lot of you who manifested onto this page who are stepping into the spotlight, because that was my intention for this page. Make sure you are outside. You're not going to be able to meet the people to help you where you need to go if you are inside. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. And this is your reminder that you need to go outside. Go. Oh my gosh, these little beetles. Because you're supposed to be in the spotlight, and the spotlight is usually where the people are. And if you're not where the people are, you're going to be in the spotlight. Keep it as simple as that. And also, Spirit is saying you're going to have some surprises coming to you very soon. Things that you aren't going to believe are true, but they are true. And so, Spirit wants you to not think about it. Don't think about it. Just go, because I'm getting it'll happen in either 3 to 7 days. 3 to 7 days in that little window. So, whatever it might be, just allow it to happen. And don't surround yourself with anybody who's going to make you question these gifts, like question what's coming for you. Um, because I'm sensing that you might have a friend or two in your circle and a little bit of family, but it feels like most of you are away from your family, or like have put boundaries with your family. Um, don't let that person's energy, or those people's energy, it feels like that person's energy, affect yours and what Spirit is about to do in your life, because it's going to be miraculous. No one's going to understand it. The only person that's going to understand it is you, and you're going to half understand it. You're going to like halfway understand what the heck's going on, because you're not Spirit and you're not the ancestors. So your whole job is to just enjoy the ride. um so I just wanted to share that with you. I have some amazing news, family. Thank you so much for voting for my music. All of you, I like love you so much. And this is going to help so many people. And we have been holding number one. And if you haven't watched the video about how to vote twice, I definitely want you to do that because you can literally sign into a different browser on your phone and sign into a different account, vote again, and then go to your desktop, sign into two or three different browsers, and vote two to three more times. It's amazing. I've been doing it with my entire family. And so Spirit gave me a vision of that. I was like, okay, if you say so. Um, so make sure that you are voting. And if you need help with voting, comment below and I'll do my best to try and find the comment. Or you can go over to the community tab or even the shorts tab. There's a video about how to vote and using the link. But I just want to say thank you all so much. And we close out the top 10 tonight and then the group gets even smaller. And I have some news for all of you. I was just accepted into a music tour today. So I'm going to be dropping some dates on where you can actually catch me live. I'll be performing and I'm going to hit up three main places. The first one is Las Vegas, and the second one is Phoenix, Arizona, and the third one is I think it's Los Angeles. I literally just did it like maybe 10 minutes ago. No, had to be like 30 minutes ago because this has been going for 22 minutes. So it was like 35 minutes ago. But I'm super excited. So if you are in any of those places or want to travel to any of those places, you should definitely come. You should book your ticket. I'm going to be dropping the links tonight. Please don't forget to keep voting. And also at these indie shows, because they're like really fun indie shows, you also get a chance to win tickets to Kendrick Lamar and SZA, They Not Like Us tour. So it's going to be a really good time. Spirit has blessed me with these opportunities, but make sure you get your tickets. And again, if you have questions, drop it below in the comments. Follow me on Instagram if you need reminders, join my email list, whatever it is. Oh, actually, one last thing. I realized also as we were doing our tech migration for appointments and calls and things like that, one of the links was not working. And so confirmations were not getting on my calendar. So there's been a group of you from like middle of March till yesterday that appointments I missed. So you should have received an email. If you didn't, let me know. Our apologies. I love you to death. It was nothing personal. But now everything is fixed. So come say hi. Come join Z School for the Gifted. Make sure you are voting. God loves you. Ancestors love you. I love you. And just have so much fun. Again, to vote, the link is going to be in the description. And I will talk to you all soon.